You make me feel heard. You don't go, look, I'm on a mission and, why are you on my case about it? Like, we don't deal with it like that, right? We sit down and I say, look, I'm feeling a little neglected. I'm feeling like I haven't seen you. I'm feeling like I haven't had time with you. And so you'll be very responsive to that.
Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Relationship Theory. I am your co-host, Tom Bilyeu, and I am here with the lovely, beautiful, and talented...
Wow. Lisa Bilyeu. I thought you were going to finish it off there.
No, I figured I'd let you jump in on your own. Welcome, guys. Always a pleasure to have you guys here with us. Excited to be doing another episode of this.
All right, so this question is from Olavi Ahola.
Olavi Ahola.
Sorry.
All
right, so.
Olavi, that's kind of a cool name.
Hey, Lisa and Tom, how do you guys manage couple time on a daily basis? I work 50 hours or more and I have 2 jobs and I'm training 4 to 5 times a week and it takes 1 hour to my workplace and 1 hour back home. Busy schedule. And thanks for the answer last time. And I love the story where you guys had to collect coupons and you found the joy. Thanks. Much love from Finland.
Wow, Finland. What's up, Finland?
So,
how do we manage couple time?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the important thing to remember. We are not the right couple for everyone to look up to for behavior. I will just say that right now. So the way that we've done it is I am going to work a lot. That is just the truth of my existence, that I'm very ambitious. I like that about myself. It's not something that I have any intention of changing. So we realized, I won't say very quickly, but we finally realized that if we were each going to have a career, it needed to be the same. Like we needed to be coming together, building something together. Otherwise it would just be us spending just way too much time apart. So, our thing isn't time together. Our thing is how do we make sure that when we're spending time that is couple time, as you referred to it, that it isn't business. And that was very hard. We're still not great at it, but we know, like, if we're the workday is over and it's dinner time, that at that point don't bring up work. We're not perfect about it, especially because it's like don't bring up work unless it's something that's exciting, and because it's not like a really bright line, which usually comes to my aid. Because it's not a really bright line, that can get a little dicey, especially like if I'm really excited, but it just stresses you out, or you're really excited, but it stresses me out. I think our big win is Saturdays. Like Saturdays are just sacred time. And if one of us has to work, like we try to isolate it, and the other person usually will get work done at that point. The same. So it's like we carve out time to say, this is work time, this is together time. And then try not to talk about work during together time.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know if you feel like you have quality time and your other half doesn't, or if you're both feeling the burn.
That's interesting.
Because you don't feel the burn as much as I do.
Very
and that's
true.
the truth. Like literally, he could go weeks and weeks and weeks and not realize, we haven't had breakfast on a Saturday morning. I don't take that personally. That's just not your personality. You don't think about it. You'll go, and so laser focused that those other things kind of drop off. And so I think the important thing is I get that about you. And so I have become the, let's say, responsible one in making sure that we do, and then also recognizing that I get that I feel the burn a lot quicker than you.
Right.
And so if I feel the burn a lot quicker than him, I have to be very articulate in letting you know I'm feeling the burn. And so I wonder with Olavi if their partner is feeling the burn and he's not, or vice versa, or if they're both feeling it. Because then it becomes like, what are the sort of things you guys can do together, right? Or carving out that 1 hour or that one day or that half a day, and making sure that you each understand where the other person is coming from and there's no judgment, right? You wake up crazy early, right? 4, 3 a.m. sometimes, you work out and you'll go. So I may not actually hang out or have any time until the evening. And even that, very rarely sometimes we'll maybe eat together and then you're back at work. But I can't remember where I was going with that one.
It was somewhere amazing.
Yeah, I think it was.
Feeling the burn, you feel the burn more than I do. Go.
So I think that I don't know specifically where I was going, but I think as a general, like making sure that she feels heard, because that's very important. You make me feel heard. You don't go, look, I'm on a mission and, why are you on my case about it? Like we don't we don't deal with it like that, right? We sit down and I say, look, I'm feeling a little neglected. I'm feeling like I haven't seen you. I'm feeling like I haven't had time with you. And so you'll be very responsive to that because I'm always supportive on the other things. So you'll say, okay, so what do you need? Like, how do you want us to work this? And I'm like, well, I want dinner with you. And you look at your calendar and it's very strategic, like it's very logistical. It's like you look at your calendar and you're like, all right, babe, if you want dinner, like I'm actually booked until Thursday. Like, what if we have breakfast together instead? Or why don't we work out? We don't ever work out together, but as
Not ever,
ideas,
but
right?
sure.
Like as things that they could do together that they both feel, or like you're driving. You said you've got an hour commute. What if you called? Right, and spoke to her on the way home, or spoke to the other person and gave, an account of your day or like how you're feeling. So,
Yeah.
I think that you deal with the hours that you do have in the best way and maximize those.
Yeah, the set aside time, like let's be really strategic. Set aside time, make it be sacred, even if it's once a week. We used to do date night when I was working and you weren't, so it was like physically we were apart all the time. So we set aside date night and we just held to that like a religion. And so doing things like that to make sure that you get time and then communicate, make sure that you have rules of engagement. So, how much time is okay to spend apart and how much time, do we spend together and what do we do when we're together? And, you just literally have to talk it all out and make sure the other person feels heard, not judged. And so, like you said, when you speak up and say you're feeling the burn, that I'm not like, oh man, come on. Like I'm trying to, it's like we've agreed, like nobody's emotions or agenda is more important than the other person. So, you have to be super respectful.
But
What
there
the
have
other
been
person
many
needs.
times that I've said like, oh, I'm feeling the burn, and you've just been very honest, and
And what?
yeah, like you've been very honest, and you've said, I'm kind of processing, like you've said to me, like, sorry, babe, I know you're feeling the burn, but I have to do this.
Yeah, there are definitely times, and we're both thinking probably of one time
But no, but
in particular that.
I think in general, like you've done that a few times where it's like, look, you spent 3 nights away, or I've been sick, like literally in bed with a fever. I'm
Right.
102 degrees, fever, and you're not home, or you've got business meetings, and so it's like I want to be just spoiled, right? I want you to be there night and
Right.
right, like
And rightfully
selfishly, I want
so.
you to be sitting next to me night and day,
Right.
dabbing me with the cold towel. But I realize that's not the reality. And there have been times where you've had to travel. Take when our puppy passed away, Batman,
Oof.
right? You had to travel. And so he was super sick. You had to leave. But I didn't judge you for it. I didn't say he doesn't love me. He doesn't love our dog. Like there was nothing. I don't take that as a personal thing because every other time, like on the days that you are here, you're very attentive. And so I didn't take that like as a, oh, he doesn't care about me. But it's tough, right? It's tough when you're in bed and you're sweating and you've got 102 fever and you have to get up and deal with it yourself. But I don't think of that as being a...
Yeah, and just to be clear, I'm not out with golfing buddies. You know what I mean? So
Right,
it's like we've
exactly.
agreed on what we're trying to build,
Exactly.
and when there's something important and they collide.
Yeah.
So, I mean, trust me, if I never want to be gone when you're sick.
Yeah.
Like that's brutal.
Sure. And that's,
So
I think,
it's
the
gotta
thing,
be
right? It's not that
something
you
that's-
want to. It's just that you have a drive in you that you know where you need to get to. And those are the times where everybody else would stay home. They would, I guess, like not push through because you feel so bad leaving me, but you're still going to do it.
Right.
And I don't take that as a, like, he doesn't love me. He doesn't care for me. All right, next question.
Indeed.
What was that smile?
No, just you're insanely committed to what we're trying to build, that there is no question that you have totally committed. Like there's just no two ways about
But
it.
I don't know if it's like, it's because I'm totally committed to what we're building. I mean, I am. I'm just saying that I
I was
think...
gonna say, are you trying to tell me something?
Yeah. No, but I think that I'm totally committed to being a facilitator in you achieving what you need to achieve. Does that make sense?
It does.
So like, it's not like I'm okay with him doing all these business things because he's doing this goal. Yes, I want to hit that goal, but more specifically, it's I'm okay with him doing all these things because I know that that's what he needs to do to be the person he wants to become.
Right. But what about you?
What about me?
What about you becoming the person you want to become?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying in those situations where I think I need you present or need you here, but you can't be.
Right.
Do you get what I mean?
I do get what you
Yeah.
mean. I'm just thinking like I'm putting myself in somebody watching this. What they'll hear in that is that you're just trying to facilitate me. And I want to make sure that they understand that that isn't the sum total of it. Like you've got your own agenda. There are things that you're trying to do and push forward and accomplish. And that's why for me, like the thing that's really made us successful is to build something together so that
Right.
as you're pushing yourself forward, as you're making sure your agenda is also seen and expressed. So like you have these two competing things. You're on the one hand, a very driven, independent woman, hell-bent to like be successful and do something amazing. And that's why I think that if something ever happened to me, that you would really go into advising people and helping, because I know how good you are at doing things on your own and building, and you've got just a lot of incredible wisdom when it comes to that. And then you're also on the flip side, just an insanely incredible wife, somebody who is very supportive, somebody who's totally all in, not only in the relationship, but what we're trying to build. So I can just feel the comments coming. That's why I want to make sure people know that about you.